Trung Nguyen greets you all, and I'd like to talk about the old days when I parted ways with the Shanghai ship. You can watch the related video linked in this video. This is the oil rig in the Natuna area in the north of Indonesia. This is the oil rig that the captain of the Shanghai ship instructed me to head 175 degrees towards, so I could see the rig's lights. I left the coordinates where I met the Shanghai ship after 7 p.m. As I approached the oil rig, I flashed my light to send a signal in Morse code. I received a flash of light from the service ship, signaling their approval for me to approach the oil rig. As I got closer, I heard a loudspeaker in English telling me to head south past the oil rig, then turn back and come alongside the right side of the service ship. I followed the instructions and managed to come alongside the right side of the red service ship. It was past midnight at that point. I grabbed the bowline of my boat, timed my jump with the gentle waves, and leapt onto the service ship. The man with the loudspeaker introduced himself. He was the first mate, and we communicated in English. I greeted him and asked if they could rescue us. He said they were ready and asked how long we had been at sea. He also asked how many people there were and if anyone was hungry or thirsty. I replied that there were 30 people and that no one was hungry or thirsty. That afternoon, we met a Chinese cargo ship that provided supplies. The mate said I must have a special connection with China, a first for me. He ordered children and women to board first and move all food to the service ship. He added cabins were set aside for them, though we had no elderly. I replied no. Oh, sorry, my name is Ken. What's your name? My name is Nguyen. I'm very happy to help you and your companions. Mr. Nguyen speaks English so fluently, he must have worked for the US military. Yes, I can also speak enough Malay to get by, especially when it comes to the names of essential foods. I learned this so that if I ever go to a small island, I can talk to the locals and buy food. I said thank you very much for saving us. He said terima kasih kembali. I went into the kitchen and met two men, one Indonesian and one Chinese, both of whom spoke very little English. But I told the Chinese man that it was okay to cook noodles and porridge. We have plenty of noodles. We also have lots of canned milk and rice, and I exchanged a few words in Indonesian, greeting the Indonesian cook. The first mate said he would take us to the Kuku refugee camp, so that from Kuku Island, the Red Cross ship could take us down to the Pulau Galang refugee camp. I should add that the photos of the oil rig and the service ship are real, sent to me by the first mate after I resettled in the US. Thank you all for listening to my story about someone who escaped by boat in search of freedom. Trung Nguyen signing off.